Hello, my lemon drops, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Brianna. This is my sidekick Zeus for the video. And today I've got a really fun, well, it's funny now, it wasn't funny then, a story time video for you guys. I'm going to tell you guys about our horror story, Airbnb, when we were in Mexico a month ago. So yeah, let's get into it. Thank you. Thanks, baby. Okay. I'm sitting on the floor right now. I wanted this to be like kind of a chill, laid back kind of video. This is the first story time I've done in a while. I didn't want to I wanted everybody to just kind of be relaxed. I wanted the dogs in the background. So the sound quality might not be as stellar as it normally is, and that's because my mic is up there and it attaches to my computer, which is also up there, and there's just not a great way to like move it. So something that you guys need to know about me is when I travel, I am very, very anal. I mean, I think I've talked about how anal I am in general, but when I travel, I kick it up a notch because, you know, it's like you're traveling, especially when you're going to a foreign country, everything has a place, I need my containers for everything, blah, blah, blah. That's just how I am, you know, and I need things planned like weeks to months, if possible, years in advance. All that to say, I'm very particular with the way that I plan. Basically, can you guys see the glare of my ring light and my glasses? Is it too much? I don't think it is. I guess I'll figure it out when I'm editing. So when it comes to choosing accommodations, listen, I'm not bougie, okay? I'm not super uppity, although my husband might disagree. But I do want to stay somewhere that's like decently nice. I'm not asking for the Four Seasons in Bora Bora, but at the very least, I would like a clean toilet and a shower curtain. I don't feel like that's too much to ask. So as I just said, we were in Tulum about a month ago, and that was our second time being there. We were there back in I think it was 2017 or 2018, so a few years ago.
My old lovers fall into my covers, where they sink one by one. Yeah, I watch them disappear to nothing, disposable as chewing gum. There are deal breakers where I come from. My family don't suffer, fools glad they know. Do we kiss and lie in bed to fill awkward silences? Do we feel emptiness afterwards? 'Cause I want something deeper. If I'ma find a keeper, not saying I'm some genius, but I'm smart enough to know I'm worth fighting for. Yeah, I want something deeper. If I find him, I'ma keep him. Not saying I'm some genius, but I'm smart enough to know I'm worth fighting for. Well, my ex got baggage like a bellhop. Yeah, I love a cry for help, but I'm tired of lying with liars. You're the truth, I'm scared to tell. There are deal breakers where I come from. My family don't suffer, fools glad they know. Do we kiss and lie in bed to fill awkward silences? Do we feel emptiness afterwards? 'Cause I want something deeper. If I'ma find a keeper, not saying I'm some genius, but I'm smart enough to know I'm worth fighting for. Yeah, I want something deeper. If I find him, I'ma keep him. Not saying I'm some genius, but I'm smart enough to know I'm worth fighting for.
The The last time we stayed there, it was a great time, but there were things that we would have done differently if we had the chance to go again. So here we are with the chance to go to Tulum again. And so this time around, we knew what we wanted to do differently. And what we wanted to do different this time was stay in town. The last time we were there, we stayed on a resort about 30 minutes outside of town. And the resort was nice, but it was, first of all, it was way too touristy. And then on top of that, because it was so far from town, anytime we wanted to do anything in town, we had to take a half-hour taxi ride, and that was basically every day. So I'm looking on Airbnb. I think I'm gonna turn on my ring light. Taking my glasses off because the glare of my glasses is just distracting me. So my glasses are on my head now. So I'm looking up Airbnbs, and I find this one that's right in the heart of Tulum. I'm not gonna say the name of it, obviously. I don't even know if it's still like open. I'm not gonna say the name of it, but I will definitely show you guys pictures of the listing and stuff like that. It looked okay in the pictures. It was in a great location. The price was really good. I showed it to my husband, Ace, and Ace was like, yeah, that looks fine. Ace always likes to bear in mind, he's like, but remember, babe, my standards, like, I don't have as high standards as you. He's like, I don't need it to be like the frickin' Hilton, you know? I don't need it to be stunning. When we travel, he always leaves accommodations up to me because he's like, I know if it's good enough for you, then it'll be good enough for me, that sort of thing. So anyway, I show Ace this place and he's like, yeah, it looks okay. And like I said, it looked okay in the pictures, but I had a weird gut feeling about the place. And the reason I did is because it wasn't showing me, the listing wasn't showing any pictures of the bathroom. One of the most comfortable areas, hey Alpha, one of the most comfortable areas like of any traveling, any accommodations is the bathroom. So, and it didn't show pictures of the bathroom, but I was like, you know what? So I was like, you know what, B, let's not be bougie. Let's be a little bit adventurous. And against my better judgment, I booked it. So this was several weeks before we were set to leave. Accommodations were set, plans were made, shots were injected, and you know, we had passports and everything was good. Everything was good to go. I actually think I mentioned having a little bit of pause on my Airbnb on that 3-hour live stream I did the night that I was, the night before we left, because I did a live stream, like a pack with me live stream. So anyway, those of you who hopped on my live stream, I think I may have talked about it a little bit, the Airbnb situation, and how I was like, I've got a little bit of a feeling, but I want to be adventurous. So yeah, that was Christmas Eve, did my 3-hour live stream. And then the next morning we got up, our friend came over, a friend took us to the airport. I live in Austin, Texas, by the way. The airport was nice and sparse. We breezed through check-in, breezed through security. We didn't check any bags. We carried everything on, breezed through security, probably not even 10 minutes for security. And then I had to get my Starbucks because I am a stereotypical American with my iPhone and my Starbucks. I stood in line at Starbucks for probably close to half an hour to get my coffee because I needed a cold brew. Getting coffee took longer than getting through security. Then I get my coffee, meet Ace at the terminal. He had been waiting for me forever at that point. By the time I finally got to the terminal, it was time to board the plane pretty much. Austin to Houston, and then Houston to Cancun. We got to Cancun. We had a couple-hour delay because getting through customs from America to Mexico was absolutely horrendous. It took an hour. We missed our bus to Tulum. We got on a later bus, and the later bus didn't leave till like an hour and a half after that. So in the meantime, me and him just went to the airport bar, and we started the party basically. And then we were just waiting for our bus. So the bus ride from Cancun to Tulum is 2 hours, but it stopped in Playa del Carmen to do, I don't know, some kind of transfer thing. So by the time we got to Tulum, it was after 9 o'clock, maybe after 9:30. We were just freaking exhausted. I don't know if anyone's ever been to Tulum. It's a small town. It's actually really easy to get around Tulum. Most people just walk or ride bikes. So like I said, we got there after 9, 9:30, and the bus station was right in the heart of the town, so we walked with our bags to our Airbnb. This freaking Airbnb was such an ass pain to find. We're exhausted, we're sweaty, and we're just tired. We have our luggage, we're walking around. GPS takes us to a location, but it's like not the exact location. It was ridiculous. So I hit up the host of the Airbnb, and I was like, dude, we can't find your place. We're lost. We're standing. I told him where our intersection was. We were pretty close to where it was. So he actually walked out and he found us. So that was nice. He walked out to like the main street where we were, and then he walked us back down to his Airbnb, which was not very far actually from where we were standing. We got to the accommodations right off the bat. It looked like the pictures. So it was legitimate in that regard. It did look like the pictures. The room was small and it was dusty. These are things that I'm noticing like right off the bat. And something that was a huge weird red flag to me was the door only locked from the outside. There was no lock from the inside. So you could get locked in, but you could not lock anybody out. And then on top of that, the door was just not very sturdy. It wasn't a regular door. It was like a sliding door. It looked really cool. Like, it looked nice. It had like this cool wood paneling on it. I'll put up some pictures. I have a ton of pictures. It looked cool, but it wasn't very functional. You couldn't even close it all the way because there was probably maybe a half to 1 inch gap in the door, so it wouldn't even close all the way. I wasn't comfortable. If I were traveling alone, solo female traveling alone, I don't know, I probably wouldn't have stayed there, but I had my husband. I always feel safer when my husband's around. After the guy, like the host walked away, I turned to Ace and I was like, are you okay with this? And he was just like, I'm just fucking tired. And I was like, okay, I mean, if you're okay with this for at least tonight, then, you know, he's like, yeah, we'll deal with it tomorrow. I walk into the bathroom and it's very just gross. The best way I can describe it is it looked like a small stone dungeon. Toilet right here, a sink, and a dirty mirror. And then the shower wasn't even like a shower. It was just a dirty old rusty spigot sticking out of the side of the wall. Ace actually took a full shower in there and it just really makes me itch because it was just so gross. And those of you who don't know, my husband is active duty military and he always compares it to like when he's deployed. He's like my shower when I was deployed was better than this. He's saying that his deployment accommodations were better than this, like, damn, like, you know it wasn't good. I can't even say that I took a full shower. I like had my shower shoes on and I was under the spigot and I was just like splashing water on myself like that. The room was just not comfortable at all. It was very small, which normally I wouldn't have a problem with, but there was no storage space. There was a small shelf by the bed and then like a little tiny wooden end table in the corner. But like Ace has a big duffel bag. I have a big suitcase. It's just, there wasn't anywhere to spread out, put our stuff down. And I kind of made that decision in my head without telling my husband. I was like, I'm not staying here for the next 7 days. I hate it here. So I didn't even unpack. I got out clothes I threw on, like, after we took a quick shower, we threw on some clothes because we walked back out to the main street and we actually got some tacos for dinner at a food truck. And then we walked back to the room and ate there. And after that, like, we got in the bed, we were both in such a foul mood because, first of all, exhausted from traveling. Second of all, the room situation was just like not good. So then it was time for bed. Again, the door didn't close all the way, so there was a gap in the door. And again, remember, it doesn't even lock from the inside. Because of the gap in the door, bugs got in all night long. And I guess I must be bitter. I really didn't get bitten up, like, at all. But Ace, my husband, who's, I guess, apparently super sweet, was just getting bitten unmercilessly by mosquitoes all night. And then just to add to it, the bed, I swear to God, the bed was hard as a damn rock. It was just not comfortable at all. Ace was in such a foul mood. He was like, you picked this place, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, babe, now's not the time. Yeah, it was just not great. On top of it just being uncomfortable. I just didn't feel safe. 100%, if my husband was not there, I would not have stayed there at all. So the next day, we get up and we're more coherent, we're more rested. I don't know how many hours we probably slept, probably not that many. And because it's daylight outside, we are able to realize how much the room really sucked. Zeus, what are you doing? What are you doing? We are able to realize how much the room really freaking sucked. Yes, queen! Sit down. You sit by me. You sit by me, since you won't be talking. Okay, like I said before, it was definitely dusty. There were definitely bugs, and I'll be inserting tons of pictures right now. There was ants crawling on the floor, mosquitoes, gnats, and also I had to do like lady things too. And it was just such a gross feeling to like have to do my business in that bathroom, man. There was a pool like in the listing and in the pictures, but the pool was green with algae and you could just tell it just hadn't been cleaned. And I also did realize eventually the next morning that there actually was a lock on the inside of the door. There was kind of like a half-ass lock on the inside of the door, and I can't even call it a lock. It was one of those ones where it's like a hook, metal hook, and then it just goes in like that. But the loop wasn't there. So it was just this part. So we left to go get breakfast, and we actually went to a place that we had been to before last time we were in Tulum, and it was still there and still open. So we went to go get breakfast at this place because we really loved it last time. So while we were at breakfast, I actually got on the phone with Airbnb customer service, and I went full freaking Karen. But like nice customer service Karen, not calling the cops on black people barbecuing Karen. One thing that they said they needed was pictures and evidence, like to open up a case and see if our case had legitimacy. I sent them probably over 30 pictures, and I think it might have been, I think before we were even done with breakfast, they had refunded us fully for all the money we paid for the Airbnb, minus 50% of that one night because we did stay there one night. So I think all in, we only lost maybe, I don't know, $20 to $30 or something like that. I'll pull up the messages that I sent to Airbnb. Hi Brianna, we need some information from you so we can help you with your issue. This could be scanned documents, photos, and or videos, whatever you can attach to your reply. If your attachments are too large to include in one message, feel free to send them separately. If you don't have any documentation, please let us know and we'll review the case with what we have so far. Thanks. This is at 9:25 a.m. I said, hello, I will send several photos and videos of our current Airbnb in Tulum right now. Issues are as listed. Ant infestation in the room, bugs and mosquitoes in the room. Mosquitoes and flying insects got in all night and bit us. The bedroom door does not close all the way, so there is a gap. The bedroom door does not lock from the inside, so there is no way to secure the room while you were in it. The door only locks from the outside. The pool is dirty and tinted green from algae. The shower is in unacceptable condition. That's right. I said unacceptable. There's not even a curtain or a door, and the ground is filthy. The water does not get hot. Oh yeah, that was the other thing I forgot to tell you guys. The water does not get hot, and when it does get hot, it doesn't stay hot for long. The temperature changes constantly from hot to cold while using it. The listing says they include breakfast, but there was no breakfast. Oh yeah, that was another thing I forgot to tell you. Listing says they have breakfast, and I even ran into the host like at some point that morning while we were like secretly packing to leave. He happened to be out there, and I asked him if they had breakfast, and he was like, no. Does it say we have breakfast? And I was like, yeah, your listing says you have breakfast. He was like, oh, like he was surprised. What the fuck? The listing says they include breakfast, but there was no breakfast. I even asked the host because he's here, and he said they do not serve breakfast. The room in general does not seem clean. Dirt and dust on the ground, cobwebs on the door. The dust was causing my husband to cough horribly. The sheets were stained. Oh yeah, wow, I forgot to name a bunch of stuff. Yeah, that's true. The dust, Ace is really sensitive to that, and the dust was just making him cough horribly just all night long. And yeah, the sheets were also stained. And then I sent some pictures. And then I sent a screenshot of the listing where it said that they included breakfast. And then I followed up with, also so you're aware, we realized that he has the same location under multiple different listings. The screenshot I sent is of our listing for which we paid, and it clearly states that breakfast is included. Thank you very much. And then I sent them a screenshot of the listing. I sent them pictures, and then I said, is there any way I can send a video? I have a video of ants on the floor, but I can't send it. I sent pictures, but you can't see it clearly. You can see the ants much better in the video. I'll show you guys the video. door does not lock from the inside. I slept with our suitcase against there to feel a little more secure. It only locks from the outside. It's 8:30 and there's no breakfast out there. And the listing said they included breakfast. The pool is very dirty. After breakfast, we walked back to the Airbnb and got our stuff, which wasn't hard to collect our things because, like I said, we didn't even really unpack. We left the key on like that little tiny end table and left without even saying anything to the host. Oh yeah, and remember that dog from earlier? He left a nice little surprise. He left a pile of dog poop. So that was nice on our way out. Yeah, because I definitely don't get enough dog poop in my life. So like I said, at that point, we had already found another Airbnb and they were really awesome. They accepted our reservation like within 20 minutes and I messaged them and I was like, that we were in an absolutely horrible situation. It was probably a 6-minute walk from the current Airbnb that we were at. And they said that, so we have to clean and sanitize the room, but you guys can come and drop off your stuff if you want to. So we did that. At 10:11, they said, "Hi Brianna, I wanted to inform you that we have found your report and documentation valid, and we are going to process an alteration and provide a refund for the unspent night, as well as just 50% of the used night." After that, like I said, I set the keys on the table, we packed our stuff, waved goodbye, there was dog shit on the floor, that was fun, and then we left without saying anything to the host. I did send the host a message, and I said the following. "Good morning. Thank you for your hospitality. Unfortunately, we had to leave the facility because the conditions were not what we were expecting at all. We have already contacted Airbnb and they will be refunding us 50% of the night we stayed and fully for the remaining nights. We have already left and we left the keys on the table under the AC. We are sorry it didn't work out. Thank you anyway. Best, Brianna." To which he responded, "Okay, sorry for that. Have a good day and enjoy your vacations." So, like I said, by that time we had already booked our new Airbnb. We left. We'd walked out of the terrible one. We walked to the nice new one, which was very nice, much more comfortable, and dropped our stuff off, and we got our vacation started. So there it is, my first ever experience with Airbnb. It started out absolutely awful, but honestly, what really saved the day was their customer service. I appreciated how fast they were. It was nice. That's the end of my rambling. That's gonna be it. I'm so sorry that the sound is not gonna be like as good as it normally is. I just really wanted to just sit on the floor and like have the dogs in the background while I film this. And I couldn't find a way to reach my mic all the way over here from my computer. So thanks for those of you who made it to the end. I don't know, do you regularly use Airbnb? Let me know. Did I go too Karen? I don't think I went too Karen. I think I was still like pleasant. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you guys in the next one. Do I show you guys the dogs? Because they've been here the whole time, so. Hey, Onyx. Oh, so we got Onyx. Oh, we got Alpha too. Hey, baby. We got Alpha and we got Onyx. They've actually been surprisingly not all over me because usually when I am sitting on the floor for any reason, I just have a bunch of, they just love to just get in my face and just, "What are you doing, Mom?" They just like to be involved. What's that on your face? Are you gonna say bye? Say bye. Say bye.